Hello. So one of the many jobs that you might have to do in the machine shop is swapping out one chuck for another. So today we're going to go over the process of swapping out a chuck. It doesn't really matter which chuck we're working with because all will be the same. All you need to do to swap out this chuck is first you want to take a block of wood, put it underneath here. That way, if once we loosen it up, we don't want it to fall on the rails and possibly damage them. So we're going to take our chuck key. There's going to be multiple sizes of chuck keys. We're going to find the one that fits these locking nuts back in here. When removing the chuck off the lathe, we're going to put the key into the locking bolts and twist counterclockwise until you feel the detent of the bolts, or the indicator lines that are located at the top here match up. The main thing I want you to watch for is you feel that detent. So now that you've loosened up all 8 to 10 of those locking nuts, you should see that this is now loose on here. We're just going to lift it up, slide it forward, and set it down on that block of wood. After you get it to this point, now you can get your new chuck, whichever one you need to swap on here, put it in this exact same position, and repeat the process backwards. Alright, so we're going to get ready to reinstall a chuck back into the headstock. One thing you're going to notice is these 6 dowel pins located on the back of all of the chucks. If you look at these dowel pins, you can see that they have rounded cuts in them. That's so when the nuts spin, they actually lock into those dowel pins. So now let's go ahead and install this. So like I said before, set it down here on the board. We want to make sure we're going to take a rag. We're going to wipe off all of the surfaces, make sure that they're perfectly clean. We don't want to have any debris inside there to cause the chuck to be kind of at an angle. Could just create some problems. So we're going to lift it up, put it on, make sure that the faces are mated nicely. Take your key chuck or your chuck key and start spinning them. What I do is I go around and kind of loosely tighten all of them. Spin it. Sometimes you got to play with it a little bit. Okay, so now that they're all started, I'm going to go back through and I'm going to do my final tightness. Okay, tightening. Okay, so now that they're all tightened, that's how you properly install a chuck. The one trick I do want to tell you about is put the machine in neutral. That way the chuck spins easily. You don't have to work against all those gears.